Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We are revisiting this game after having not played for a pretty long time overall, but we're going to go ahead and just give it another shot. And this is the new expansion, prehistoric one. I don't know anything about how any of these creatures work, so I'm so used to my knowledge from years ago with the hatches and the ranching and everything like that. I just don't know how any of that's going to work in this new system, but we're going to go ahead and figure it out. All right, looks like we just got um, something completed here. Research complete, so we must have completed what was next on the docket for us. So it's basic farming. Consumes algae to produce oxygen and removes some carbon dioxide. And then planter boxes are a good way for us to start utilizing and growing some plants. And then, of course, we have compost. We can start getting rid of polluted dirt and rotted foods and get us back to dirt. Now, that does generate heat, so we have to be a little bit cautious about that, but we'll see how it goes. I would like to get actual bathrooms at some point relatively soon, but for now, we'll just do a little bit of research, and we're going to get some storage up and running here. We do have the alert that's saying we're not generating enough oxygen. We still have some oxalate churning out, but that is going away pretty quick. So I do want to get some oxygen diffusers up and running, kind of in the space that they would be. And then we're going to build proper ceilings here and proper floors here and just let everything drop down to the bottom. And then we'll sort through it later on. I'll just say all standard for now, and we'll let all this stuff get picked up and dropped off. That way it's near the ladder, and it's not messing up the floor. Okay, we do have this up and running. No power still, just because we have to get this done. I'm going to go ahead and increase the priority on this, just so that they get that done sooner than later. We have enough calories, as long as this stuff doesn't rot away. The oxygen's relatively stable. We will be fine after we get these oxygen generators up and running. We did get water down here. I do want to dig it out. I want to be careful about this because this is cool chlorine. The good thing about it being cool is it'll take heat away from us. But we don't have the tech yet to kind of properly close this off and do anything with it. I also need to worry about moving in the upward direction, because at some point we got to get to the top so we can build whatever needs to be built to save ourselves there. We have to build something before an asteroid destroys us, but I don't know the time. I don't know how long that's going to take, when that happens. So that's kind of looming in the background. Something we have to worry about. Duplicate skills. Let's take a look. Meep has skills available. Looks like athletics is his primary thing. So let's just do improved carrying for now. I think he's mostly hauling stuff, so that should be fine. Get this stuff kind of put away into storage. We definitely should be building something and not just waiting here. We can unlock this portal. I don't know what exactly that's going to do, but we're going to try. Enable auto harvest on this Snactus. I should also probably build this ladder up a little bit higher here. Missing research station. This one right here. Or is it an advanced research? That's now that we moved into advanced, we have to get that up and running. Okay. So farm tile, electric grill. So now we can make a proper barracks and kitchen area. Probably should get those up and running sooner than later. Power regulation, internal combustion. Let's get that done. And then, well, we kind of need to work on advanced research. So much stuff to do. All right, let's plow through here for now so we can get advanced research up and running. And then we'll go back and do power regulation while we're building the advanced research facility. Seems like that should work for me. Portal unlocked. Decrypted. Final transmission. Meteor blaster and blast shot maker. Okay. Did I prematurely do that or what? Under 95 cycles, that thing's gonna hit us. Oh. I mean, honestly, not the end of the world if that all gets destroyed. That doesn't even hit our actual base. But it will, I assume, wipe out all the materials here, so. Still wouldn't be good. And I don't know what to do here. We'll have to figure this out. Well, I won't be able to drag my feet. We're going to have to actually get this done relatively quick. I'm assuming, had we not gone into this portal, the timer was still ticking down. It's just now we have an awareness of it. Right, you like resources. That's not surprising. All right, let's get a basic floor and door up and running here. How is this not powered? Is it just because there's no power stored in the battery? It looks like it. We're going to have to build a better battery at some point. Alright, that's not going to run because max gas pressure. So we're fine on oxygen for now. Although ultimately we know we will need more. Alright, I'm thinking this is going to be our food area over here. And then this is going to be our farm area. Kind of got to wait for them to build the floors though. Alright, advanced research is done. Let's work on the next things. I do need to build a better research area. Let's deconstruct this, and then I think we're gonna dig this all out, and then we can work on making this more of a mining, or not a mining place, but a research area. All right, we got some options here. Let's choose a blueprint. A doctor could be nice. Get a medical up and running. We have plenty of calories for now, so I think we're okay. Right, can we move our research station? No, we'd have to deconstruct it, so let's just build a new one. We do have to kind of dig out more of the stuff here. He's stuck here. Hopefully he can build a tile. Wish they'd be a little smarter about how they build these tiles. Alright, well at least they're not trapped. I do need another cot. Alright, let's get all this built up. I'm not connecting everything to electrical yet, just because we don't really have the capacity, but I am building some big jumbo batteries. And we'll probably build another manual generator or two. Just trying to keep the pollution down at the very beginning here. All right, we can go ahead and get rid of this research bench. Start using that one up there instead. Then once they're done with these batteries, I can take this little battery out. All right, well, I think we discovered not the last of it, but there's a couple other things we could still discover. What would help us a lot? Bathrooms. We need pipes and bathrooms. Let's try to get that up and running next. All right, we are back to insufficient oxygen generation, but it's close-ish. We should be okay once this pressure is resolved, and we're running more regularly now that we got big batteries up and running. All right, let's look at duplicate skills. You are hard digging. Let's get you squared away there. You're super hard digging. You can do that. Quinn, you are a critter rancher, but you're also a farmer. So let's get you going on farming. We know that has to happen relatively soon. And then Abe, you're a doctor, but advanced research would be really beneficial right now. So let's work on that for now, and then we can always go back and wipe your skills later on. See, the calories are running a little low. All right, looks like sweet corn stalk is our first plant of choice. We'll get that going. I'm sure we're going to discover some other stuff. Looks like we're finding some food along the way, which is good. Or food is rotting, one of the two. Right, we do a little auto harvest here. Scoop this stuff up. Some free calories. We don't have to worry as much about getting this stuff done. All right, we've got the tech for bathrooms. Move on to filtration. And then probably ventilation after that. Like I said, there's still a bunch of stuff to research that doesn't require those super advanced things. Although it would be good to get some advanced research up and running. All right, let's design a bathroom real quick while the game is paused. Now the problem is we are gonna need a spot to dump the polluted water that doesn't interfere with the regular water. We got to figure that out. Where do we want to... We could put the polluted water down in this area. I mean, ultimately, let's just 4. Then 4, and then we'll do 4 here. And then if we have a ladder here, we can kind of build out a little basin. Well, I still can't make a basin to save my life. That's alright. That's what the cancel button's for. Alright, well, at least allow them to get up both ways there. Little scaffolding action. I don't need those. That should be good. Alright, they should be able to dig all that out, no problem. Now, what I should do is suspend all of this without... Here, we'll do priority 1 on this stuff, just because that way we're not focusing on it. Right, in the meantime, we do need proper bathroom. We're gonna need showers, and we're gonna need sinks. Sinks are under medical. Well, we gotta dig this out more. This is not enough. All right, we need 96 tiles, which is this. And we gotta build a proper ceiling and end there. Man, this mouse is going nuts on me here. All right, that'll cap it off, and then we'll do little bits here. Now that we know the well, this is kind of a funky spot. 96 here would be right here. We'd want to build up from here. Pollination. Oh, we need to get a critter in here. Well, there is a mimica. Here, let's mop up this liquid so it stops giving us wet feet. Nope, we got a couple trapped duplicates here. That's not good. Oh, hope you could dig your way out there. Alright, there you go. You are no longer trapped. We just gotta wait for this mimica to pollinate these plants. Alright, we could do some advanced research now if we want. Or we can keep going down the path we're going, which might not be a bad idea. Get some of this ventilation knocked out. Alright, I'm not a fan of any of these. I mean, digging and science is okay. But I think I'll just get a care package on this one. I do want to get a proper, like, meal area up and running. Is it 4-4? Maybe it's 3-3 and 3. I feel like we needed more bathrooms, so let's do that. I don't want to deconstruct these and build anything else until I'm confident these are done and hooked up and piped and all that. We know that's going to be a hot minute because we still got to get this all figured out. Alright. Cooked meal, even though I didn't build a stove yet. Interesting. Alright, we're going to start building the out pipes first. And then we'll build the in pipes. We know the out pipe has to go down. And the in pipe can't be any further, so let's go this way. Man, this is going a little wonky. Alright, we'll vent that out there. Cancel those, connect these together. Alright, should be good there. We will have to do some digging, but it'll be fine. Alright, we're gonna move the, oh, meteor showers. Well, they say meteor showers, I say free materials. Alright, so we need a proper kitchen area to kind of move forward with the next thing. So let's build a couple mess tables here. Build a water cooler in the middle. Then we know at some point we're going to need like a kitchen, somewhere to cook. I never remember where any of this stuff is at. It's been a while since I played the game, so we got an electric grill here. I don't think we're ready for that, but we can do a micro musher. We'll build one. We'll figure it out later. And then we'll bring the ration box down here for now. We can deconstruct that box. We'll get that up and running. We'll get this up and running. I'd like to get a proper bathroom up and running. That would be ideal. We are gonna have to do something a little bit better for power. Probably need to build a couple of these. Once these are built and connected, I'll deconstruct this one. We'll remove some of this excess. All right, come on, butterfly. You gotta feed these plants. We ain't gonna live forever. All right. Nobody likes a mush bar, but it's actually -1 for these things, so I think we're probably gonna try to avoid that for now. Maybe we can find some ingredients that'll work for this. Is this the seed, or is this something else? All right, let's just say produce 5. Go from there. All right, so our wiring is definitely not wired correctly. So let's go ahead and just try to fix some of that right now. We know we don't need any of this wire. And this shouldn't connect that way. We'll ultimately hook it up like this. I'll hop across to the other side here. We got to be careful about not going too far over. I'm going to deconstruct this as well, because this doesn't need to be here. All right, we got some of the out piping done for the plumbing. We got to bring the in pipe. This will ultimately be our reservoir for that, and the piping goes up right through here, which makes sense. So let's go ahead and get a liquid pump up and running, which means electrical is going to have to go all the way down there. Do that for now. We'll kind of follow the same path with the pipe. We know we got to connect it this way. We'll bring water up to our bathroom. We'll need more once we get the sinks up and running. All right, I think we're pretty close to getting to a proper bathroom here. As soon as this stuff gets done, we should be in working order. And then we can go ahead and get rid of these old outhouses, replace them with proper sinks, and this wash basin. Like, that's got to go too. But first things first, we need this water, and then we need to get these other pipes built so that we can get the water pumped down to here. So right now, I'm just doing every other so that they don't trap themselves, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I would have thought they would have kind of figured that problem out by now. Unfortunately, doesn't feel like they have, but whatever. Right, let's cancel that one and dig it out instead, just so we can get to the pipe and build it while standing on this platform. I just printed algae from this because none of the dupes were worth anything. We're definitely running out of food. So part of why I'm digging is just like desperately trying to find something to feed my dupes with. This feels like it should be easy enough, but the pollination component of this is very difficult. So I need to find either Grubhub or a Sweetle or something to... But does any of that exist on the prehistoric map? That's part of the problem. I don't think it does. Probably murder this thing and eat it. Okay, so nobody has grilling skill, which is part of the problem too. Yeah, nobody's got cooking. Right, hopefully we can manage the food crisis just by digging and finding more stuff for now, but ultimately we're gonna have to do something about that. We can get... I'm assuming we'll be able to ranch some of those things, but... Go heavy watt wire. We know we're gonna need that thicker electricity relatively soon. The core we can worry about later. Not a mission critical system. All right, we can sneak a little food there. We know we can get a little food over here. Grab a snack disc from here. We could also dig out here. Oh, I don't want to dig that. Auto harvest there. Have we still not built this plumbing? Man, it is taking us some time to do it. I mean, I am kind of sending them in 1,000 different directions, but it's taking us a while to get something meaningful up and running here. All right, where are the butterflies that were flying around our base? Seem to be gone now. Okay, we got proper water coming up now, which is good because that means we can deconstruct this stuff. Let's do higher priority deconstructs on that. We're being stupid here. Thankfully, they fell out of it. All right, I think it's 4 lavatories, 4 sinks, and maybe 1 or 3 showers. Should be good. All right, let's pump that water into there. Get this outgoing garbage water here. We have to change the directionality of these, but I think we have to wait till it's done building. Oh no, we could squeeze it. So it's 4, 4, and 4. Okay. We're good. All right, we definitely want top priority on this stuff. It'll output for a little while without jamming the pipes, but then we really got to get this stuff up and running. The food situation's precarious still. I need to somehow pollinate this, and I don't know how to get an animal over there to do it. I don't see any sweetles. We could try to dig out these little marks here. They tend to be something. Okay, we are not fully plumbed yet. We at least have 1 sink up and running. Okay. Bathroom is actually complete. We have a proper bathroom. Calories, we got 7,200 calories up and running. So we must have found something in that pile that does exactly what we needed it to do, which is buy us a little bit of time. All right, what's the germ situation here? He's stuck down there, or can he get up? Oh, he can get up. He's... All right, so we need to get a ladder over this way so we can build that exit. Look at duplicate skills. Super hard digging. Feels like that should be on all of our characters that can dig. You can do another level of crop tending. Even though it's not you know, growing anything relevant, which would be really nice. All right, now we can properly get that done. And then we just got to get this little bit over here. Then I got to figure out this food situation because things are getting a little dire. All right, if we have any luck. Nope, we don't have any luck. So ideally, I'd want this. But adding another duplicate while we're already starving, probably a recipe for disaster. We'll just have to figure it out. All right, you're going to be a hauler. We're just going to have to really focus on digging. I might have to start killing off some of these critters. I wasn't going to do, but I feel like it might be necessary. Like this guy, we probably just have to attack him. Or do we want to wrangle him? I don't know how to grow a lum. Maybe I can get ranching up and running? That feels like something that's got to happen relatively soon. All right, super duper hard digging. We could do more research, but I think I want to actually get down to doctoring, which is this guy's primary purpose. I do want to get a researcher at some point. All right, we have this Mimica free. I just don't know how to get it in here. Maybe we just need one of those like critter drop-off stations we can drop it off at. We have the research for that. No, I need the critter drop-off. Maybe that could be next. All right, we are about to have our first polluted water pump out here. There we go. It's gonna drip down here. All right, that research is done. Let's move on to ranching. Where'd that butterfly go? It's gone again. All right, well, I think I'm going to call it there for today. I've been playing for a little while, and I think, you know, we've made some decent progress. We have an idea of where everything's going to go. We got our kitchen up and running, got a proper bathroom, got our little research area, power generation for now. Enough cots for, I think, all of our duplicates. No, we're shy one. Just earmark another one then. And we do have a farming area up and running, although we are not successfully farming yet, just because of not understanding the mechanics of this new biome. So hopefully, with any luck, we'll keep on digging to try to keep ourselves afloat here. Our calories keep going kind of up and down as we progress, but eventually we're going to figure out how to ranch or grow some food that is not this stuff, and I don't know, go from there. Hopefully not starve to death on our first playthrough with this new expansion. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. See more content in the future. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.